It's not a real podcast.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are back with another episode of Not a Real Podcast.
Where the conversations are real, but the podcast ain't.
Yes, you already know, and we go get right into it today. Listen, we got a super dope guest. He is a photographer.
Come on.
A videographer. All right, let's go to the notes. What else is he? Creative director.
Of Doer House.
Founder of STL Black Fashion Week.
Which is huge.
A host, a mentor, a father. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
And he's a style trendsetter, because every time I see this man,
he be putting that
he puts
it's
it
Sunday,
on.
so we can't say it.
Well,
But
they
he
don't
be putting that.
It ain't Sunday, but they don't know what day it is.
Man, it's Sunday. Stop playing with me. I know what day it is. Just trying to be all incognito. Anyway, let's start clapping right now. Give a round of applause for the one and the only. Should I say your full name?
Man, you can say whatever you want. I'm Timor, though. You know.
We call him, his real name's Timothy, but we call him Timor. Yes. Boom, there it is.
Yeah.
How are you, bro?
Welcome.
Man, appreciate it, man. It's an
I'm
honor to
happy
be
to
with
have
y'all.
you. It's an honor for you to be on the show, like, for real.
Yes,
We was
'cause
like,
you are kind of hard to catch up with.
you
Okay.
be on the move.
You kind of busy.
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
do. I be moving and grooving.
Yeah.
But I be chilling, though, right?
Shaking and baking, snapping necks and
Here
cashing
we
checks,
go with
you know.
that. Another creative.
Hey, I'm saying, you know, hey, look, if the banks ain't open and the mail ain't moving, then shoot, I'm chilling.
Talk about it.
I
Let's
like
get
that.
right into it.
I
Let's
like
get
that.
right into it. So we want the people to we always like to start off every episode, just tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
Who you are, what you do, how did you get started in being the Timor that we all love and know?
Man, well, I mean, I would say this, like, it's one of them things, like, it was caught, not taught, right? So my pops is a photographer, you know what I'm saying? So he shot photos for 30, 40 years, you know what I mean? So literally as a kid, I grew up around creativity.
Is your dad from here?
Yeah, my dad from the Loop. Yeah, he born and raised in Wellston. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he live in the county now, so, you know, he can step back over there. But but nah, like he born and raised here. Like, so the thing about my pops is, like, he don't travel much. You know what I'm saying? So I think the way that he captured us as a kid, it was kind of annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got every little moment, you gotta take a picture. You're like, dog, I really don't want to do this right now.
I just
but like,
blink.
You get
as a
it
kid,
now.
but as an adult now, I look back at them pictures and I'm like, dang, like, I remember that experience. Or like, he captured those moments. So like, you don't really get it then. So now as an adult, like, I'm the same exact way with my kids. You know what I'm saying? They be like, Dad, I don't want to take a picture right now.
I'm like, you're gonna love it later.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really like where it all happened. You know, that's where it all started. And then when I got into high school, started making some money with it. You know, I'm doing senior portraits for friends and stuff like that. And so from there, it just kind of just kept growing. You know what I mean? 2016, I really, really kind of got invested in it. I got my LLC, right, in 2014. So, I mean, I really had a business then.
Yeah.
Please. I ain't had no
Hey, I'm official.
Official,
You got the
official,
LLC,
okay?
I'm official.
Yeah.
Official. So that was really cool. But 2016 is really when I got introduced to knowing that like creativity was an actual career. You know what I'm saying? Because I got this really dope opportunity to join the Marcus Graham Project, which was this internship in Dallas. So after I graduated college, which was Harris Stowe State University, you know what I'm saying? Only HBCU.
You already
in the
know.
loop,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout
Once
them
I
out.
graduated there, you know, that's when I got the opportunity in Dallas. And man, really from there, that's when it kind of really was like, okay, now I see this thing differently.
Yeah.
What did the internship entail? Like, what did you do?
Yeah, so it's specifically centered so MGP, which is the acronym for it, it's really centered around like getting minorities and women inside of advertising and marketing.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay.
Because like for one, like we as Black people specifically only make up less than like 7% in the actual industry.
Which is
So
crazy, because we're spending the
we
bulk
spend
of
the
the
most
money on the
money.
stuff.
but we have the least amount of voice. You know what I'm saying, in that space. So again, I got accepted to this opportunity, and man, from there, like that was my first time really understanding that like the creativity business.
Yeah.
And so, man, I got a chance to like, you know, go to White and Kennedy, meet with like that's the agency for Nike. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like I'm seeing the business and the creativity behind it. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So it's
That's
more than just
dope.
photos. And so like at the time I was prematurely calling myself a creative director just because like I didn't know what else to call myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like, I didn't want to be boxed in as a photographer and then nobody called me for video. Right. And so I really started kind of seeing like that there is an option to do everything.
Everything all
You
in
just
one.
have to craft it and tell the message in the right way.
Yeah.
And so really, I think that was the true exposure that I needed. You know what I'm saying? And then 2017, based on the relationship I made during 2016's internship, I moved to New York and was actually working at the top agency in the world for like the last 10 years.
Now that I
That's
did.
crazy.
Yeah, so I was an art director.
Wow.
So I was actually, designing and doing creative for like Don Julio, the New York Yankees, Hershey, Like I was doing some straight fire work. And so in that experience though, one of like maybe 10 people out of a staff of like 200 I was the only black person. So like it was me and like 10 other, black people in the agency. So like it was a hell of an experience, you know what I'm saying, to be in that space. So that was the first time really dealing with like corporate microaggressions and like all of that business savvy stuff that you learn about and you hear about. Yeah. Like that was my first time experiencing it because I was doing creativity from a structured standpoint now. And so that was really like a major learning lesson. And I think since then, like my wisdom in the business side of it has kind of like elevated.
I love
it was a side hustle at first, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I was hustling backwards. Like I was working, and like I was barely making it. You know what I'm saying?
I think all creatives did that. Like, we all was hustling from that standpoint of like, I want to do what I love first. And then like, I want to make some money from it, but you don't really know how to make money. We don't know the business side of it. Yeah. So that's what's up. Bro.
And after 10 plus years, like I'm still learning. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the learning
is ever evolving.
Man, it don't stop, So I'm just having a ball. I'm just really enjoying it now though. Yeah. I think I tried my best to look professional for so long that I really missed out on so many opportunities to just like really be like young in the business and not know. Yeah. And sometimes like when you try to like overcompensate your knowledge, you miss opportunities to learn because don't nobody think they can tell you nothing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm 32. I'm 32.
You 32?
Yeah, I'm 32, bro.
Man, yeah, you did a lot in 32.
Timor is tender.
Come on.
Not tender. It's a chicken tender.
I'm hollering the chicken tenders. Wow. But yeah, like I'm 32, man. Like, and I feel like I'm just now hitting my prime. Like I thought my prime was 20.
I swear.
Oh, no, you are your
man,
prime.
I'm 35 and I'm like, I'm really feeling it. Stop playing with me, man.
He was 55. Sorry.
You know what?
I'm gonna just sip this.
We got. I'm gonna act nice in front of company.
So Timor, what is like one of the key things that you learned while working in New York that you apply to your businesses or even relationships with people in the industry today?
Man, for me, I think it's like that truly the actual like value is not in the final product. Like I think that was like one of my biggest lessons. Sitting in those boardrooms, again, like as the minority, but having access to that information, they charging 50, 60, 70 grand for a shoot that me and Church probably knock out in like a weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yeah. And they making a career, you know what I'm saying? Making like a salary, a year's salary in 24 hours. And I was wondering, I'm like, but I saw the budget breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the 85, 90% of the budget was really like into the data and into the science as to like why this product will sell or why these photos are needed or why these videos are needed. And so that's when I really started understanding the back end. And so the creative director really started getting birthed in me at that point. Yeah. Because it's the science. It's the stuff it's like all of the laborious work that you do, you know what I'm saying, in the back end. Like Black Fashion Week, right? We got months of planning for 4 hours of an experience. Y'all come, like the city comes out and they experience it with me for 4 hours. And then it's over.
Yeah.
Tell us more about STL Black Fashion Week. Like how did it come about?
When I was at Harris Stowe, 2014, I had this group called Black Wolf. It was like my favorite color, black. Wolf is like leaders of the pack. You know what I'm saying? So Black Wolf was this organization I came
too, because black my favorite color.
Yeah, see, I think all us cool creators got black somewhere. In the palette. It took everything in me not to wear black today. I was like, I'm gonna try my best.
But you came with the color scheme.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best.
I just realized, look at the greens. See? We all got green on our head tops.
I'm saying, because it's revenue. It's revenue in our spirit.
It's
revenue in our spirit. You did. But yeah, like in 2014, I kind of had this, I can't even say I. At the time, it was a group, you know what I'm saying? It was about 3 or 4 of us, different students on campus. And actually, some of the people that was in my group at the time were like, it'd be really dope if we did a fashion show. It was like something to do on campus. And so at the time, I'm like, all right, cool. And it kind of, it didn't really go nowhere. And so a couple like months later, I'm like, man, we really should execute on that idea. And so we did. And we had our first show at the 14th Street Artist Community on the north side. Nice. Like in Old North. And so it's like 40, 50 people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, in that thing. And I'm like, shoot, okay, we ain't make no money like I thought we was. But it's cool though. You know what I'm saying? And then we did it the next year. There was 100 people. And there was 150 people. And there was 200 people. You know what I mean? And it just kept growing. But I mean, really, it's rooted in just honestly, y'all, like the production. Like everybody gets off on the fashion part of it. Yeah. But like for those who really know, it's just rooted in the fact that I love lights, camera, action. Like,
Yeah.
it's just another platform to create on. Like, that's it for me. Like, I'm not in love with fashion. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as a designer. As a designer, I'm not, right?
Okay,
like, I like dressing. I like, you know what I'm saying, putting it on, you know what I'm saying? Because it's an expression for me. Like, it's super fun. And I stay away from a lot of designer, too.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I'm very much so like wholesale blanks and like, you know what I'm saying? Doing like little pieces that kind of add flavor, but that's it, man. But yeah, like, honestly, St. Louis Black Fashion Week is just a platform for my purpose. That's it.
I love it.
That's crazy. Hey,
I had the pleasure of walking for Tim one year.
Oh, really?
Like, I had it on like a list of things I wanted to do that year, and I made it happen. Well,
did I know that? I didn't even know that, or did I?
Yeah, I think you knew that.
You knew that.
Oh, no. So you walked in so many shows, I didn't know who was who, but I remember now.
You were
Hotel
there when
St.
I
Louis?
tried out.
Was that Hotel St. Louis one?
No,
Which one was this one?
a few years ago, like 3 years ago.
Man, look, you don't even ask me about
See,
that.
that's
it
what
was
I'm
like
saying.
the
Like,
architectural, the building with the stuff on the ceiling.
yeah, that's
starts with
helping
an
us
M.
out. It's really
Oh,
helping us.
the Mahler Ballroom.
The Mahler.
Oh,
Mahler Ballroom.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you
Tell me
sure did.
something,
Yeah.
because I'm sure like I shot it. When?
And you know, that's the crazy thing too. Like, you know, you think about like all of these opportunities to just be creative, right? Like, it was intentional for me. Like, I wanted to go to a different venue every year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially venues that I never see us in.
Exactly.
Like, I was real intentional about that. Like, and I'm gonna be honest, like year 5, 6, it started getting super hard to find venues, because once they start seeing like promotion and marketing, and they saw that, you know, from emails, I was getting great response. But when I met people, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I think that was another groundbreaking thing for me. And I realized why I love it so much is because I was getting doors closed in my face left and right when they found out I was black.
Yeah.
Especially even like starting it, because it started as just a fashion show. It was Sweet 7, the Sweet 7 fashion show.
Yeah.
And then it kind of transitioned and blossomed into St. Louis Black Fashion Week after I went to New York Fashion Week with God rest his soul, Quentin Jackson, BPLR. Me and him, we went to New York Fashion Week. He had gotten to a show, and I mean, he paid about like $5,000 to get into the show. And I was like, yo, when I saw it, the magnitude of what the possibilities could have been, I'm like, yo, I'm tired of us having to like leave St. Louis to go and spend all this paper and not get that love.
Yeah. So
like,
you brought it back home.
And so I brought it back to the city. But as soon as I announced that I was doing St. Louis Black Fashion Week, it was like a small pool of us.
Yeah.
And they was like, you know, 1 or 2 people was like, you should not call it Black Fashion Week though. Cause like, it's not gonna get the same level of support. And I was like, I'm pro-black, anti-nothing. Like, if they ain't rocking with me,
I like, put
you know
that
what
on
I'm
a
saying?
t-shirt.
Yeah, pro-black, anti-nothing.
I like that.
Like, if they not rocking with me because I'm black, I don't even want to support their business no way. And I don't need that energy in my space, because like I want you to respect and like show love to everything we doing in totality, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, so again, like you talk about breaking boundaries, like that's really what I'm about. Like,
You killing it.
I be trying to at least stay out the way, because I found myself competing with a lot of creatives, and that was kind of
Now
one of the
break that
things.
down. In what way? Like how did you find yourself competing?
Yeah, like, man, you know, if I'm honest, right, like when you gifted, you kind of want your recognition.
Yeah.
And a lot of creatives can lie about it and say like, oh, I just do it for the love, and that's cool. But I think everybody goes through a season where they want their reward.
Yeah.
And so for me, man, I felt like I was finding myself being like, dang, this person got on. Or like, this person's getting recognized. This person got a lot of followers or social love or whatever, right? Or this person getting into the events, like everybody getting, you know, inviting them out. And I felt like I was like the black sheep. I felt like because I wasn't like in the box, and like I wasn't like I'm a DJ or I'm a photographer, it was like I was introducing a new title to the city.
Yeah.
And so becoming a creative director and calling myself all these things, like I was a brand architect at one time, and then it was like I'm a, you know, a lifestyle specialist. Like I was all these different things, and people like, I don't really know what that is. You know what I'm saying? And so because I had traveled, because I had been in different cities, like then I started kind of bringing back home what I was learning, thinking that I'm elevating the city, but the city is kind of looking at it as like more so like, man, he got his mind, like with the stuff he doing. So when I say competing, man, I feel like I was starting to switch my style up.
Yeah.
From photography to video. I was just trying to like, you know, fast edits, right? Like I look at the work that you do now, Church, right? Bro, it was a time where I was just, like, I was genuinely trying to like learn After Effects so I could make sure my stuff looked like that or look like somebody else's. Then I realized, man, a lot of my business started declining because like I wasn't authentic to the work I needed to be producing. But now, the last couple years, I've been so consistent with just like my look.
Yeah.
And some people like, oh, it's too simple or it's too this. But guess what?
It's yours.
It's mine.
Yeah.
That's all
And
that
like
matters.
I've mastered it.
Yep.
It feels good. I don't feel stressed when I'm creating no more. Like I'm creating and I'm getting hired for that look.
Yeah, and that's a real thing. Like that feeling of being stretched, because when you not being authentic to yourself, I went through that period too.
Yeah.
When I was first coming into the game. And of course, people like us, we doing our research. We want to learn like, all right, if this person is doing it, let me model my style after them.
Yeah, for sure.
Instead of really finding my own style. And so I was doing this person, doing it like this person. I see this YouTube video, this Instagram with the numbers, and I'm like, I want to do that. And it'll take hours on hours. And I'm like, how are they doing this stuff, man? Like, there's no way how they so consistent. They got hundreds of videos of them doing this style of stuff. It's exhausting.
And you was staying up hours and hours on end just to learn
somebody else's style.
Somebody else's style.
That's it right
and
there.
then be burnt out in a week.
Yeah.
But now I done did so much of that, and it's like, okay, I'm thankful for it, and I'm sure you can attest to it, because it's like I had to do that in order to learn like that ain't me.
Yeah.
And now I know what's me because it feel right and it feel good.
Yeah.
And so that's a testament that a lot of people need to know, because if it don't even feel right, you find yourself getting burnt out too easily doing stuff, then you need to know that that ain't you.
Yeah.
You need to find out where you really are, where you belong, or what is you.
He's preaching now.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Because we can do this all day. You
Nah, for
already
sure.
know. And a lot of people, especially creatives, be missing that they own sauce. They
Facts.
too busy dipping in somebody else's pot
Yeah.
instead of just
100%.
learning their own sauce.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that hit a nerve for me, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
bro.
And look,
Clearly.
man, while I'm here too, I think it's important, bro. I'm gonna say it because like I like live opportunities to say it, bro.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you, bro.
Appreciate
Because like
it,
a lot of
man.
people don't actually know like your full journey, and I'm pretty sure over the course of the next couple, months, you got some plans to roll some stuff
You
out.
already
You know
know.
what I'm saying? But like watching you as a barber,
Yeah.
right? Like, and then transitioning into like, working with some of the photographers that we know,
Yeah.
mutually, like working with AG and
Yeah.
working with, some of the like who I feel like living legends, like they're goats, you know what I'm
Swear,
saying?
like,
And
for
so
real.
they've set a lot of tone and foundation. And like, even like I said, coming up under like all of these mentors, like these kind of
Yep.
invisible mentors, if you will, like
I
no
like
real
that, yeah.
relationship with them, but it's
Yep.
like, I see your work, I'm following it. Like, I'm so proud of you, bro, because like you put your head down, you came into a whole new market, a whole new industry.
Didn't know nothing.
And bro, I'm gonna be honest, I think that you really taking the city by storm, bro. Like, I'm proud to see your name on stuff, bro. So
Thank you, bro.
Just that definitely giving you your flowers on that.
That mean a
one,
lot, bro.
Real
Appreciate
talk.
it.
Clap it up for church. Hey,
Thanks.
Good job.
I appreciate that. Like
Real
for
talk,
real. But I wanna turn that back on you and definitely give love to you as my brother, because, knowing that you have just even hearing more of the things that you did, I'm already like, T Moore dope, because the reason why I love the color black, and I'm gonna circle all this back around. I love the color black because it's so mysterious. Like you don't know what's in it, how deep it is, what it can do. But if you put anything in front of black, it always make it stand out. And like, I love that color.
Yeah.
So hearing that black is your favorite color and knowing just a little bit that I know about you, I'm like, I don't know too much about T Moore, but I know he dope. I know he got some depth to him. And then to now hear that you done been to New York, that you done worked with all these big brands, that you done did this and did that, and you done started way back in college with this Black Fashion Week. A lot of people think it's an overnight thing. To hear the small, short version of the success story of where you at now, like, I got to give you your props too, because a lot of people would have been gave up. They would have been went back to like, let me just go get a regular job because it ain't doing this. Like, only 50 people showed up to my event. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you stay with it. And now you done took it to here in St. Louis, you done took over the whole mayor's office and had your Black Fashion Week in City Hall of St. Louis, Missouri.
Not
Like,
a lot of people can say that.
who can say like, I took over the whole City Hall
Yeah.
for a fashion show?
Hey, you make this
With
sound
the
good.
name Black in it.
Straight
like,
up.
stop playing. Like, so I appreciate that. And I
Yeah.
want to turn that back on you
Man,
and say
thank you,
kudos
bro.
to you, bro. Because
Thank you.
that's legendary.
Appreciate that, bro.
I don't know a fashion show that didn't happen in City Hall yet.
It ain't been. I'm gonna just say that.
There it is.
It ain't been. It ain't been.
Like,
People
for
be telling me,
real.
"Hey, baby, you better talk that talk." I'm like, "No, I'm cool." But then I've learned like you got to talk that talk
Sometimes
because
you gotta
people
do
don't
it.
really be knowing. Yeah,
It's okay to clap for yourself and pat yourself on the back
like
publicly.
I'm trying. I'm gonna be honest. This is probably this year has been the toughest year in my life. You know what I'm saying? Just because like I've been navigating a lot of like personal, you know what I'm saying, personal experiences and stuff. So it's like this year is the year I had to genuinely really believe in myself. Like I believed in myself before, but this is the first time I can say I trust myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
this is a
good.
season for me. Like people ask me how you doing. I think even when I came in, like I'm peaceful.
Yeah.
And like I don't think I've ever experienced peace in my life. Like this is the first year that I've experienced peace.
I felt peace in the hug too.
Yeah, like
That's
that's
different.
yeah, like I'm in a different season, man. Cause like when you lose everything, like you really do understand like the value of like your moments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so even at the City Hall, right? Like there was a time where like I did a video, like I think like 24 hours before where I just set my phone up and then I like walked, like
through it. I saw
walked to
that.
the middle of the steps, sat on the steps and then walked up. And there's like moments like that, right? It's like, yo, I gotta try my best to sit in the middle of whatever it is that I'm creating, like before everybody else experiences it. So that I can, for one, ensure that it's like, it's authentic to me. Like, so every light, every sound bite, every like thing that's coming together from how you enter to how you leave, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want the experience to feel like it was from me, even if you don't touch me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's big.
So I think like, again, just every opportunity, like, but being peaceful and having trust in yourself, it allows you to praise on yourself and bloat, like kind of show like all of the things that you're doing without feeling like, am I doing too much? Am I being cocky? Is this being kind of egotistical? Like this, like, no, like I'm genuinely at peace. I want everybody to win around me. And like, I want to win. You know what I'm saying? Most importantly, I want to win.
You're winning because you're in a peaceful place.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much
definitely where it
creativity is getting ready to come from you now?
I'm telling you, like, and I will say this, like, I think I ran from so much stuff at one point, but now I'm chasing stuff.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Oh.
I feel like now I'm really blooming where I'm planted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just in a season of just like, yo, I'm watering every little seed and I'm circling back on some seeds that lost some water at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even if it's not for them to bloom for me, it might be for them to bloom for somebody else.
Now that's a message right
That's
there.
real good.
I even wrote that in one of my poems one time. I'm for real, man. Like
We
sometimes
don't. Do we need to hear that?
fine.
Okay,
I ain't gonna do it.
anyway.
You a hater, man.
What has been like your most proudest professional moment thus far?
Oh man. Y'all should have sent me these questions because I don't want to mess up now.
You ain't messing up nothing,
You've
man.
done a
I'm
lot.
like,
can
man,
you
yeah.
narrow it down to one?
You know what? I can't narrow it down to one.
Give me some. Like, what are some things?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think I'm proud of a lot of my first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so in 2014, I did an art exhibit, like a solo art exhibit. So all of my photography and stuff like that. So like, I'm proud of like my first with stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm proud of like announcing STL Black Fashion for the first time. Like, I'm proud of all of those moments because like once you kind of get going, like I was telling somebody the other day, they was like, so what's next for Black Fashion Week? Like, we celebrate 11 years, obviously, next year. Yeah. And so it's like, you lose grace. Like, people start losing grace for you after you've done something several times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when you start a business, I was like, what, 19? When I first really was like, oh, I'm going to start this photography business. And it was cute to everybody. Like, oh, look at him. He got a business. Like, you better go on, boy, right? It's like, oh, that. And so you can be late on the deliverable. You can kind of be, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of grace. It's like, you just getting started. This is what I would do if I was you, right?
Yeah.
But like at 32, man, you late on a deliverable. It's like
They on your head.
they on your head. You know what I'm saying? It's like that level of anxiety and pressure is what forced me into like having to really kind of understand that like structure is important and like a business acumen is important.
Yeah.
And a lot of
team
people,
is important.
a team is important. Like, and so I think that it's important to just recognize like when you talk about what am I great, like what am I most proud of, it's just stepping out on faith and doing stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? Cause like, I don't think any other way. Like, I'm satisfied solely by being creative, but I get bored so easy. Like, Lord, I'd be like, look, y'all, I'm like, shit, I kind of want to pick up some DJ equipment. I want to learn like just doing music. I want to learn to do that.
I did
You know
that
what I'm
too.
saying? Like,
I
did
can
it.
see
even like you, right? Like, I'm even in this space where I'm like, man, like I want to start telling my story in a different medium now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing professional public speaking, but like I stopped doing it because I felt like I was just mimicking.
Yeah.
So like if I get booked to do a speaking engagement now, like I want to be able to set an environment, set a vibe. Like I don't want to just get up there with a mic and be motivational.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to tell a story, have a conversation. So I'm probably gonna be picking your brain, Church. Like,
you already
bro,
know.
what does it look like to do like the spoken word side? Like I want, it's so many gifts that I feel like that are brewing on the inside of me. That God
You're
is just
a true
like, bro,
creative, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta get this stuff out of you.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, like, explore it all. Like, if I did have kids, I'm going to make sure that they explore it all. People are always amazed at what I did, and it's like, I just want to do it all.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like my pops, he used to be like, you know, he definitely instilled in me like once you start, you got to finish.
True.
It. And so me, I would do a lot of different things, but he would think that I was just quitting. Whole time I'm like, no, I've done what I needed to do in that department and I'm ready to learn the next one. And so people will see that, you know, I had the barbering. Like I felt that I gave that my all. I gave almost 20 years to barbering. And I'm like, I'm done. I want to do something new. And I've told the story plenty of times. Once I picked up the camera, like that love shifted when I had the restaurant. It was like, all right.
You hated to give up the restaurant, don't you?
I actually loved giving up the restaurant. I like the free food. I didn't like cooking the food. But, you know, once I felt that I mastered that, I moved on to the next one. But that's the thing with us creatives. I tell people, explore it. You never know where that real passion. We may like to do a lot of things. We may be good at a lot of things. But which one is that thing that you can wake up to that you can't stop thinking about, that's just on your brain, that's brewing inside of you? Like that keep you up at night.
And I'm like low key have just a little bit of anxiety on the inside.
Yeah.
Because you already know.
I'm a Gen Xer.
Okay.
So I grew up.
Now what that mean? I gonna say you got this
I'm a
birthday.
Gen Xer. So
I get it. But
so
yeah.
I grew up with baby boomers.
Okay.
That are close to age with me.
Yeah.
But most of my friends are millennials.
Okay.
Millennial creatives with ADHD.
Yeah.
If I'm being specific. And so the more he's talking about what's brewing and shifting and the pivots, and all I'm thinking is like, Lord have mercy.
More work
what
for
will
me.
my life look like in the next 1.5, 2 years? I know what I'm going to be doing. This is me. I know what I'm going to be. I come from corporate.
Okay.
I know what I'm going to be doing when I wake up. I know what I got to do when I get to work. I know what I'm eating for dinner. I know.
Yeah.
But in this environment, you don't know. Like right now, we're doing this. And next year, we may not be.
Yeah. Hey, that's real.
I ain't got
see,
nothing to
It's
say on
very
that.
scary in your 40s to not. I'm so much of a planner. It's like I don't know what my future looks like being a creative. I don't know. I just
and that's the life of a
scary.
creative.
That's the life of a creator for sure. But see, one of my mentors told me something, though, and it stayed with me. He was like, T, my only fear for you is that you don't stick around to see your harvest.
Yes. Now that part.
And I was like, well, I think it's important. Like, we got to do this. And he was like, bro, I never told you to stop planting seeds. I told you to allow your harvest to
grow.
He was like, and the thing about it is like, bro, he's like, you don't have to give up, or like, you don't have to like stay there only. He was like, bro, after the harvest comes, you can replant and do new stuff. He was like, but you have not shaken all of the fruit off the tree. Like, he's like, you start stuff, it get good, and now once it's good, you go on to the next thing, and then you miss the opportunity to actually reap the reward of what you planted.
That's good.
And so I think that that's another thing too in this season, right? Like, it's just like, man, like I'm trying to be transformational. Like I went through the whole like doing what I thought people wanted to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm just like, Lord, let me just be honest in my journey. Let me be transparent in my truth.
Yeah.
And let me
Honest
just
with
really
yourself.
and just let me just sit down and just like plan. And
I
like,
love it.
bro, so when I drop stuff out, sometimes it really is like I came up with it yesterday. Like,
It be
but a
like that.
majority of it is like, man, this was in my notes in 2016, 2017, 2018. Like, Doer House, I had a whole brick and mortar space. I opened up a creative space here in St. Louis. It was out in the county.
Yeah.
It was like, I was low key inspired by Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? And so when he created like, you know, the stuff in Slauson, like it was, to me, it was like, dang, he did something in his neighborhood. And so growing up, again, my dad I talk about it like we don't have like the greatest relationship because he was never truly emotionally available, but he was like a provider. So the lights was never off, you know what I'm saying? It was always food on the table. So he did a great job there. But from a standpoint of like true learning and true fatherhood, I didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? So like all of my mentorship is extremely important to me. Like I value the relationships that I have that, with older brothers or even younger brothers too, right? Like, cause I learned so much from people. And so being that, like my mom gave me the emotional energy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because again, I didn't grow up like, I hate when people say like, oh, well, my story not as bad as the next person's. It's not about that. It's just your story. Yeah. Like I didn't grow up with no silver spoon. All my siblings listening to this podcast right now would tell you like, nah, he ain't grow up with nothing like, you know what I'm saying? Like what you see now is he built that. Like he did that on his own. Like that's his thing. Like, and I say on my own, but my mom was like, well, don't forget God now. You know what I'm saying? God and definitely, mama, didn't nobody say that, but I'm not, God, he don't need credit on every podcast. Like, I mean, he already know.
Giving God, giving honor to God.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just saying, like in them moments though, right? Like I just think it's just been mad important just to just be grounded. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like, yo, it's so much stuff to do out here. Like, and it's so much going on. And I just think that like, I'd rather do all of these things and fail at them than wish I would have tried it.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I like it. So.
You speak about fatherhood and how your relationship was with your dad. How is your relationship with your babies?
Man.
How many kids do you have?
Man, I have 2 biological and 1 chosen. So I have 3 amazing children.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I get an opportunity to love on a little girl. Yeah. Her name is Denver. And so my little girl is 8 years old. And then my boys are 6 and about to be 3. So, I get an opportunity to like see life from their lens. And I mean, honestly, like it's a cheat code, for me. Like it helps me out a lot because when I move quick, right? Like I'm typically, I got a schedule, right? So I know I got to do this. I'm working out in the morning. I'm doing this thing at noon. I got to drop the babies off at 9. Like everything is like right after one another. Yeah. And so they force me to slow down and just kind of take a moment because like with adults, it's easy to kind of just be transactional. Like, all right, cool, church, I'm gonna be here. Like today, right? Okay, 2:00, I got a podcast for church. After that, I'm gonna go ahead and go back home and I'm gonna edit and I'm gonna do this. Yeah. It's easy. But with them, they don't care about their schedule.
None.
Like they like, as soon as we walk in the house and I'm picking them up from school, can I have a snack? Can I have, and like, I'm like, oh God, like give me a moment. Like my son, oh my God, my son hit me with that the other night. I put it on my IG story. He was like, Dad, hold on, shh, listen, watch at me, look at me. Hey, Dad, listen, stop. I'm like, what, son? He was like, yeah. And I was like, boy, that's so good. I ain't never seen nobody do it like that. He was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, now I'm gonna go back to editing real quick because this client gotta have this deliverable like tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think it's just like, they also show me just how important it is though to like capture the moment. Yeah. Like I captured, like I did like a video that's on my IG and it's like just my son washing the dishes. Right. And it's like, I'm asking him, he was like, Daddy, like, I love that you taught me this. And he's saying these different things. And like, he pours so much into me that like, sometimes I be forgetting, like when I'm like doubting myself and stuff, he be like, no, you're really great. And so I had like a little parent teacher conference that like 2 days ago. And like his teacher was like, yo, he talks about you all the time. And this is what he says, he's learned from you. And so you ask like how the relationship is, like, I do everything that I felt like I was missing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, it's natural. I don't really do like, okay, my dad didn't teach me this, so I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Like I have a beautiful relationship with the forgiveness with my pops. Yeah. Like my pops is in the household, you know what I'm saying? He was a stand-up guy. Yeah. So like he gave me what he knew how to give. Yeah. And so I don't knock him. I'm not like, yeah, man, to the hell with my daddy. Like, no, like I think he taught me a lot of principal things, you know what I'm saying? But I think that the lessons that I didn't learn, God blessed me with people to teach them to me.
There it is.
So I was cool. Like I'm straight. I'm not void of anything.
So you like the cool dad?
Yeah, I'm the cool pop.
I could tell. Like
it
looked like it.
Are you TikToking at the crib?
Now I'm gonna be honest, no. But
he said I ain't
baby
doing
girl
all
on the phone. I'm like, no.
As soon as they pull it out, like I'm the only one taking photos and videos around here.
Look, that part, right? But yeah, like I'm the pops that just like, I believe that like you gotta be a parent. Yeah. For sure. Like, so, I mean, everybody got their parenting style. I don't critique people parenting. Like, how you do your parenting is how you do it. Yeah. Now, the result is up to you. Like, that's on you. I know when my kids go to school, I know for a fact I'm getting them reports like he's well behaved. He communicates this. He's this. Like, I had to teach my kids emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be very transparent too. me and their mom do an amazing job.
Good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so this is not like I did this. Their mom is an amazing woman, bro. She has done a great job, you know what I'm saying, with them. And I think that as we both have learned, we both have had some, childhood things that we probably wish we would have had to experience. But I think her and I have done a great job just breaking generational curses and just really being intentional with our children. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, whatever I can continue to do to keep pouring into her, so that she can continue being an amazing mom for our babies, man. That's what's important.
Do you see any of the kids following in your footsteps?
Baby boy.
Baby boy?
My firstborn, man. Stone Emery Moore is definitely my twin.
I love that. Stone Emery Moore.
Yeah, Stone
Beautiful
Emery
name.
Moore, man. Yeah, so Stone, Saint, and Denver. Yeah.
I love that.
Creative names.
They are creative
Yeah.
names.
Like you definitely, you hear them names like, your daddy definitely a creative name.
Yeah, hey, that's definitely
For
how it be.
real.
It definitely how it be.
I love that.
They mom came up with Saint, you know what I'm saying? Saint Easton and Saint Easton Moore and then Stone Emery Moore. So
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's
man.
dope.
Like
Good
I came
name.
up with the firstborn. She came up with baby boy. So
Yeah.
but they got the same initials, so it's SEM. So
Oh yeah, they y'all thought this through.
Hey,
Through
look,
and through.
hey,
Strategic.
creative, like
Creative
we had to-
thinking. And like everything that I'm hearing, I just love how God still worked it out for you.
Yeah.
Because how you was talking about early on, like you got to plant them seeds and then you got to see that harvest through.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like you are literally in real time watching your harvest. Like you planted seeds, literally you planted seeds.
Praise God.
And like the harvest of you teaching them that emotional intelligence, especially as a black man, like, we got it. It ain't the best light being shown on black men when it comes to emotional intelligence. So to already have that and then to be teaching your kids that, like, where did you get your emotional intelligence from? Like you said, you and your pops didn't have the best relationship. He wasn't given that emotional side. So where do you feel you got it from?
Man, I think that's truly God given, bro. I cannot like take credit, you know what I'm saying, for like, oh yeah, I did this specific thing or there was this person. I think I had just a lot of love growing up. And I think that like, despite all things, whether it was a lack of money, lack of resources, like it was love present in a lot of environments that I was in. And so I think that was the biggest thing. But I think that as an adult, maybe like 3 years ago was my first time ever going to therapy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So like true like mental therapy, right? Like, cognitive behavioral therapy, instructional like vibes, right?
You just went because or it was a reason?
I'm gonna be honest, man. So at the time, right? So I was married at the time. And so both of us were having like some accountability challenges. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best way to word it. And I say both because I mean, it's not a one-sided thing, right? Like marriage is a hard thing, you know what I mean? And relationships can be really, really tough. But I took it upon myself because she did say something like, I think you need to unpack some of this stuff. And I was like, I don't need to see no therapist. I'm cool. Like, hey, you see, I got you. We figuring it out. I'm paying for this. I'm paying for this. And so based on my dad, right, my entire existence as a man was rooted in being a provider.
Right.
But like now as an adult male, right? Like I'm a grown man now. And so there's a difference between being a provider and being a provisionary, like providing provision. And so I think that those two things I didn't have, I wrestled with them. And so when I first went to therapy, I started unpacking all of these childhood traumas, these things that I really didn't know how to communicate. I wasn't a great communicator. Yeah. And so like I was really running from any type of chaos, right? Like I didn't deal with conflict well at all, and it still like gives me anxiety to this day, right? When like conflict is happening. But I recognize it is so much strength that you can get, you know what I'm saying, in the midst of like overcoming it and actually going through it. So I think that like being in therapy, it forced me to like be honest. And so like,
be honest in there, it doesn't work.
And as a creative, we have a really good way of packaging things. Like we know how to package stuff really, really well. And so,
explain that a little more.
Yeah, like as a creative, all of your problems, you know how to turn them into something cool to look at. Right. So you can, whether it's a podcast, right? And it's like a poem, right? Or whatever your creative medium is. And so it's one of those things, right? Like where even like with social media, right? I used to be like, hey, what's going on, family? It's T Moore. And so my niece would crack jokes on me. She'd be like, boy, that ain't even how you talk, right? Yeah. It's like, and I'm like, but this is for the podcast.
Yep.
Or this is for this audience. And so you talk about emotional intelligence, man. I think it was one of them things where my therapist was like, I would love to see you not package your emotions, like, and just share why you're hurt, why you're sad, why you're upset. Like, And then one of the hardest tasks that I was tasked with during therapy was like, tell me how you feel. And so I would describe the situation. I would do all this stuff. And she'd be like, but you haven't said whether it hurts your feelings. You haven't said whether you're mad, sad, or whatever. And so now I know how to do that. And so it's important to me now that I've done that to ensure that like when I talk to my kids, even when I drop the ball, like I've raised my voice, I've cussed, I've done these things, right? I've done this stuff in front of my kids. I mean, I'm a Christian, but I cuss a little bit. So look, a little bit. So even when I've had like, you know, disagreements with their mom in front of them, right? Like if I know I was out of pocket or if I know that like my emotions got the best of me, I apologize to my kids, right? It's not about like, oh, you a kid, you don't need to. No, it's like, I just the other day, right? Like I've raised my voice. I'm talking to his mom. I'm like, yo, like, you know, something hurt my feelings. And so in my delivery, I knew I was wrong. And so I pulled him to the side 5 minutes later. He ain't know I'm gonna wait and think about it. 5 minutes later, I sat him down. I was like, hey, the way I spoke, I should have never did that. I said, so I want you to know, like, just because your emotions get the best of you, you can't blame somebody else for how you respond. I said, Daddy should have responded differently.
That's really
And I apologize that you saw me in that space. And he was like, oh, I know you were just mad.
That's parenting on a different level.
Yeah.
See, I'm an 80s baby, and that's not what I was used to. It was very much so, child, stay in a child's place.
Yes.
Do not be in this room with other adults. Speak when spoken to. Thank you, please. Like all of the things.
straight
and
up.
there was no explanation. This is what it is. Go to your room. Like no apologizing to me either.
Yeah.
So I love your parenting style. You're considering not only them as children, but their futures with how they react, how they communicate, how they handle things. So that's dope.
I'm rooted in longevity. Like everything that I think about is always like, how will this be 10 years in the future? You know what I mean? And so again, every little apology that I give my son, every moment to correct him and stand on business. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what you are is 6, so you finna relax. Like,
so you finna relax.
You finna relax. Like, I will still body you. Calm down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still your dad. You know what I'm saying? So to be in daddy mode is just a thing too. Like, I just understand that, like, yo, in life, you got a lot of roles. And I think there's a different uniform for every role.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think that, like, now I'm just, again, like, I just keep talking about this peaceful season I'm in. Like, I literally have no complaints about nothing. Like, I'm cool. I'm cool with how God throws stuff at me, man. Like, he gave me a glove. I catch it all. Like, I'm cool.
He gave you a glove. You catch it all.
Man.
See, it's the
season for me that he's in.
It's the one-liners for me. I love it.
Hey, I'm talking about I be rapid fire on these one-liners, bro.
I love it.
Did you hear what he said?
You be rapid fire?
Did you hear what he said?
Well, you know what? Well, gosh darn it. We might as well.
Are we there?
I mean, when he said it, might as well.
Might as well segue.
Might as well segue. So we like to have this section that we like to call, as you guessed it, rapid fire.
There it is.
All right.
Slow burn.
Rapid fire, slow burn. So we like to ask a series of questions.
Come on in.
And based on your answers, we will either let it be rapid fire, or we will pry a little bit more into the answer and create a slow burn.
Okay.
It's not bad, though. It's not like truth.
Man, let it burn, baby.
No
Come on, we
jigsaw.
good. Let it burn. We good.
Cue the usher. Let's go. All right. Let me scroll up on my little nerdy nerd thing.
Hey, yeah, we were getting deep on this little podcast.
I know.
Bro,
I'm here for
listen.
it. Very
Hey,
proud
only
of
because
for
you
your
hit rapid fire, because I keep going all day with you.
Look.
Don't play. All right, I started off on this one.
Okay.
What celebrity would you love to work with most in this current moment?
What celebrity would I love to work with most? Probably Ronnie Fig.
Ronnie Fig.
Yeah.
Not for those.
Google him.
Yeah, Ronnie Fig. He's the owner of Kith.
Kith?
Yeah, Kith.
Now what's Kith?
Kith is like it's like a collective. It's like an upscale Supreme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Upscaler than Supreme?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
It's very. Yeah, that's Ronnie. Yeah.
Let me see.
That's my invisible. That's one of my invisible mentors.
I love it. I love it.
Hey,
Like, I would, man.
David Shands is mine.
That dude right there, man. Like, his brain is beautiful.
For real.
Like, man, I'm telling you, once you follow him, like,
You know,
follow the
I'm
brand,
about to go follow him right now and go check him out.
What Supreme has done for like collabs, like Ronnie has taken to a level that I'm like, yo, this is immaculate.
Really?
Beautiful.
I'm going to look into it. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, so Ronnie Fig for sure.
I love it.
What are your current fall/winter scents? that you're wearing?
Man, Burberry Hero.
Burberry Hero.
Burberry
okay,
Hero.
because we in my field now. You know, I love me a good smell good.
I'm gonna tell you this, Burberry Hero. I'm not like a huge cologne guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I find my little signature thing,
and then that's it, man.
I just keep it moving.
Wear it all year?
I collect them like Pokemon
you know
cards,
what?
bro.
Like I'll find a little something, you know what I'm saying? And once it hit. Like I'm really, as much as I am a creative, I like a little bit of consistency somewhere. And if I can like not stretch my brain on
certain things,
nah, I'm cool.
That's how it is. These pants I got on right now, I got about 7 pair of these pants.
That part.
He does stick to the code with it.
I ain't playing.
Outfits now.
Man, listen, certain things.
Stylish like that. He gonna wear them same
white. I go buy me a 4-pack of black tees, a 4-pack of white tees, and then I alternate. Now I switch out some shoes and some cologne
and a hat.
All day long. Yeah, I see the hat game is on point. You've been watching these episodes. But listen.
I'm telling you.
But other than that, I keep it consistent. So I like that. But I'm going to have to check out that. See, you done said it. Now I got to go buy another one. I want to
smell it.
Burberry Hero?
Yeah,
Burberry Hero, bro.
I'm on
That's
it.
beautiful.
All right.
I might have it in my bag. I'll definitely.
Please let me smell it.
We done. Wait. Episode is over with. No, I'm just playing. But yeah. All right. Why you put this question out here, man?
Uh-oh.
Never have I ever.
Oh, God. Praise the Lord. All right. Never have I ever.
She wrote it,
Finish
just so you
sentence.
know.
What?
That's it.
Never
the
have
question.
I ever finished the sentence.
Never have I ever finished. I always finish my sentences.
Timor,
What?
finish the sentence. He's too creative. Never have I ever.
Oh, I'm hollering. Because I thought she was saying, okay, never have I ever. Damn. I done a lot. Never have I ever had a photo shoot by Church Productions.
Oh, I see what you did.
Okay.
I see what you did.
Yeah.
You caught it too?
2025, let's work.
2025, we need that. Yeah.
Collab is in motion. All right. Yes. I like it. All right. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
He definitely spent that one on me. I like that. All right. Now I want to dive a little bit deeper. Let's pick at that brain a little bit. If there was one thing that you could change about yourself, what would it be?
I would have said procrastination if it was a couple months ago, but I actually like my little procrastination. It keep me
I want a slow burn on this one.
But no,
talk about that. Like procrastination ain't one of them words that you would say I like or that is good. So talk about your procrastination. Why do you like it now?
Man, you know what? Because like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to validate that it's good to be
Not at all.
But I will say that when I be taking my time, it be like, I really do. Like, I'll sit with a project, especially when it comes to editing. Like, I'm a procrastinator when it comes to editing because, man, people don't understand video work, like video editing. Like, you got to feel the vibe to edit. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So sometimes, like, I'm a big music guy, right? So I'm talking about I'm a music junkie. You dig? Like, I don't really be knowing their name. I don't know the name of the song. But when it come on, I know what it is. But like, I was just playing that William Murphy before we started the podcast. And then I was listening to LTD this morning, Love Ballad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love music. So I literally, when I say I love procrastination, a little bit for me is because I be creating some good work when I've had time to like sit and kind of marinate in like in some good music. I'm like, oh, that's a song I can use to do this.
All day.
And so if I go into the project and I'm like, okay, man, I get this done right now. I ain't gonna lie. I look at the project like a week later and I'm like, damn.
I missed it.
I missed the mark on it. It's cool. Everybody liked it, but it don't feel right to me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but if it is one thing I could change right now though, you know, I just wish I had more time. I wish I had more time. I think that that's something that like, I wish I could like map stuff out. And I mean, ain't no wish, right? I'm going to change this. Like you know what I'm saying? Like but I do say I don't maximize my 24 hours. You know what I'm saying?
And it's good that you can be honest about that.
Yeah. And so, but the reason I say it's a gift and a curse though is because like my 50% is really better than a lot of people's 100. And so really like living in St. Louis, like because I love St. Louis. Like St. Louis is my home, but I've lived in Atlanta, I've lived in Dallas, I've lived in New York, I've shot weddings in Paris, I've shot weddings in Amsterdam. Like I've done a lot of cool stuff. Yeah. So when you travel and you come back to places where people are comfortable, Like
and
for me,
just live in that complacency.
yeah, and like I try my best to kind of keep my mouth shut because I be kind of feeling like, you know,
This what we
the
can talk
one
about.
time you say something, it's like, oh, he think
He a hater, he this and that.
But I'm gonna be 100. Like the thing about St. Louis, it's such an open market because, like, for real, I can come up with something in the week and it'd be more grand than anybody that has done something prior to me.
Yeah.
Right. And like I don't people watch no more. Like I be doing my own thing. Like
That's it.
if I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. I don't care if somebody else done it before me or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna do it. So I want to maximize my 24 hours because I think if I gave 100%, I would truly be unstoppable.
Straight Super Saiyan.
Like my brother calls me his black superhero. My brother's older than me, and he like, bro, you're my black superhero. And like, I don't say that to like boast, right? I say
Yeah.
it because it really makes me feel proud to know that somebody who knows me from like birth, right, from diapers, is proud of me for how I do things and the level of excellence that I produce things.
Exactly.
So like, I don't want my team be on my head like Black Fashion Week come around because I'm big on branding and signage. They be like, bro, we do not need a sign for the restroom. I'd be like, yes, we do. And it got to match the way that the VIP guest check-in look.
And
I need the
just
colors
get it
exactly
done.
the same. Man,
It's
but we
a
could just,
vision.
I'm going to just print it out on black and white. No,
Never.
you're not. Like,
Absolutely
you know what I'm saying?
not.
So I think that sometimes like I can overthink stuff though.
Yeah.
And so I got a lot of things I guess I wanted to change. I'd be overthinking.
I love it. That's why I'm letting you go.
Bro, I
Talk
be
about all of it.
overthinking. And I think sometimes when I overthink, it'd be like, I'd be a day late and $1 short on putting something out.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, bro, I should have been dropped that. Because somebody just dropped something mediocre and they go in the city going crazy over it. And I'm like, I'm so happy. I'm proud of you that you dropped it.
Yeah.
But I was supposed to drop that. Like, that
I'm
was my idea.
I'm
you
telling
know?
the team about that now. Like I do that too. I be overthinking it and doing so much
Yeah,
with
man.
certain things. Like, okay, we got the podcast. That's great. This is worth overthinking. We got the setup. We got the cameras, lights,
Yeah.
camera, action. But then when I need to just do a quick 15-second reel, she'd have been on my head like, bro, you don't need to spend a week like strategizing and coming up. It's 15 seconds. You got to make 10, 15 more of these. I'm like, you right. But I just needed to just a little bit more.
He is simplifying things a lot more
I'm
these
trying.
Hey, that's
days.
real.
Because like, where is he
Because
getting?
we'll drive
energy
ourselves into
from?
the ground doing it.
You
So,
will.
Yeah.
You will.
And I guess last thing for me too, like it ain't really like a me thing at all. I can recognize the me things. I wish I could collaborate more.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
With the city. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if this is a me thing, but like I feel like the city is still very cliquish.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to
yeah.
like the creative scene. And some people
Absolutely.
could probably say different, but like I just feel like it's super cliquish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of one of them things like if they don't know all of the details about you, they kind of got to keep you out, kind of gatekeep a little bit. Like it's some organizations here that I'm seeing some creatives working with, and I'm like, dang, I think that could be really dope if we add some flavor to it or add some other people to it as well, right?
Have you tried to hop down on some of the?
Hop down.
Creatives?
But no,
See,
hop down the
That's
crazy
what
choice
we're
of words.
saying. That's what we're
But
saying.
you said, have I tried like hop
Have you
down on
reached
any of them?
have you reached out to any of them?
Yeah,
to
I have.
collab?
I have, and I think, but I do. I'm kind of one of the people. I stay in my own zone though. Like I ain't gonna overextend. Like church is somebody I can literally call up on the phone, and
Yep,
it ain't gotta
anytime.
be on no like, hey bro, I need to shoot, or can you do it? Like I called you several times, bro. It's like, hey
Several
bro, I'm just
times.
checking on you,
We
bro.
just
like,
talked.
I hope all is well. And I feel like we don't be doing that enough. You know what I'm saying? People will tell you like, I got a book coming out next
go.
year.
Okay.
What's the name
You know
of
what I'm
it? Talk
saying?
about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you can't talk about it yet?
man, it ain't even that, bro. It's called Letters to a Black Creative.
Ooh.
And you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I again, just like that, right? I used to be nervous about dropping titles and all that. But it's like, yo, bro,
What's yours is yours. Like,
what's yours is yours. And so like I'm doing like a series of things, you know what I'm saying, that are gonna release in 2025 because again, like out of my piece has been birthed a purpose. You know what I'm saying? There's something so deep inside of my spirit that I can't shake it. Like, so because of that, like I think I just wish that the city could do a better job of just being more supportive. And I think I got to invest in the support too, right? I can't I don't just go to my events. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm big on going to other people's events and building relationships, but I just think that sometimes we get caught up in our own lane that we forget to like step outside of the frame and be like, oh shoot, church is having an event. I need to go support that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not just so that he can come to mine. It's just
Right.
like, let me see what
just
you're
love.
doing. Like this
Genuine
showing
support.
love.
Yeah.
Like, and so I just wish that we did, as a community, I wish we could do a better. I think that we're doing a great job of getting better. You know what I'm saying? But I think that that's something that I really do wish, like, we could be more unified in that space.
I like that.
It's
I like
good.
that. That's really good.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to end it with this last question because it's going to set us up for the very last segment. So last question for Rapid Fire Slow Burn. What's the worst piece of advice you've ever got?
Don't do something.
I like it.
Like, I don't think you should.
Yeah.
Because what Jay-Z say, he said something along the line, I don't want to mess it up by no means.
Like,
Because
you
he a
good.
great man. But he said something about like, don't let them put their expectations or like their limitations on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so from some of the closest people to me have told me like, don't do it or like it ain't gonna work. And the very thing that they told me don't do has been the things that changed my life.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I
like,
loved it.
I've traveled by myself. I was told, don't go out the country by yourself. Like, don't do it, right? Like, I've done all these things that people told me not to do. And like, those are the things that like have made me who I am and shifted me. So
I love it.
yeah,
I love it.
worst advice I ever got is not to do something.
Not to do something.
Best advice I ever got is like you'll only get one time to do something for the first time.
You only get one time to do something for the first time.
Which that's true.
Yeah,
Very true.
That is true.
yeah.
I like it. I like it. Well, that sets us up for this last segment,
Let's get it.
which is what we like to call the NARP Nugget. All right?
The NARP Nugget.
The NARP
Because
Nugget.
he likes to eat food. And so he kind of wanted to correlate the gem you drop
Okay.
with chicken nuggets. But
Oh,
Who don't like chicken nuggets? Though?
come on, Jay.
You right. So I want you look right over here at that camera, and
Come
I
on.
want you to drop
Boom.
that one gem on that person that's listening that maybe want to model you, following your footsteps. They
Yeah.
heard your message and they inspired. Leave them with that one piece of nugget that they could take with them. I ain't say chicken nugget. Leave them with that one piece of nugget that they could take with them for the rest of their life.
yeah. If you are underneath the sound of my voice, you know what I mean, and you getting a chance to put your eyes on this amazing experience, I would just say that if you can walk with kings, you can never lose the common touch, though. That's it.
Boom.
Yeah.
There it is. I love it.
Yeah, I think we said a lot on this podcast, but I think that's one of the most important things, Like, it's been my goal to walk amongst the kings,
Yeah.
to walk amongst the royalty and be in those spaces that most people aren't able to get to. But when you focus so much solely on being different and when you focus on isolating yourself, you can lose the common touch. And when you lose the common touch, you lose your success, you lose yourself, you lose your opportunities, you lose so much stuff. So if you, again, are listening to me, I would say that past all of the fun, all of the humor, all of the fatherhood stuff, all of the jokes, you never lose the common touch because you were literally once in a spot where you wanted to get to where you are now. And so I never forget about being hungry. I never forget about where I started because honestly, every single thing that you earn can be gone in the moment. So that would be it for me.
Boom, there it is. And on that note, we want to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Not a Real Podcast with
There
your
it
host,
is.
I Am Church. This is Chi.
Anderson.
And I'm T Moore. I'm coming back.
And that is T Moore. Definitely coming
Yes,
back. Like,
yes.
amazing. He dropped the gems. Go back and listen to the episode because
He brought us drinks too.
Oh,
Like,
def-
nobody has brought us gifts here. He's the first.
Amazing.
Hey man, show
Fire.
man, show. Look, hey, being behind the camera right there.
Man
Look,
been killing it behind
he been
that
killing
camera
the
with the
double espresso
BTA.
shots that I brought from Starbucks. I got the
I'm
little
definitely
green
finna take
sparkling
this double
water.
shot.
You see, I ain't know the name, so I was like the little green sparkling water stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it, bro. You definitely
sure.
coming back.
Yes.
Like, we want to thank you. Tune into the episode, rewind it because I guarantee you it's some stuff that you missed. My
Yeah.
man dropped them gems.
He did.
Thank you so much for coming.
For sure.
We definitely gonna make this happen. We gonna take over this city. We gonna make this city better
Yes.
than what it was yesterday.
No
And
more
then-
clicks.
No more clicks. All right. And thank y'all for tuning in. Have a good one. Check out the next episode. All right. Peace.
Peace.